Some of you are listening to men that are already in trouble or about to go into trouble. The unfortunate thing is some of them might be even your parents or your uncles or your brothers or your friends. And the surest thing is that you will enter that trouble with them. You see, let me tell you something. Marriage is not a bed of roses. It's not a walk in the park. You have to do the work. And you have to be careful, especially on this. Don't bring your wife abroad. And I've been seeing this trend. People that are bringing their wife abroad. The wife is leaving them. Their chemical is leaving them. The wife is killing. And we are not having the true picture. We are not discussing the whole thing. And you see young men, jump on the trend to justify this annoying. See, if you are single and you are relocating abroad, the chances that you are going to suffer in that abroad, that you are going to struggle, is almost certain, close to like 70 to 80%, almost certain that the abroad is going to stress you. And we'll explain to you, how are you going to cope with the living expenses to start with? How are you going to cope with the emotional needs of staying abroad? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? But you see, some of these men that maybe they've been here for some years, they marry one woman in Nigeria, they marry another woman here, they've been able to control them, they are not able to control the one in Nigeria, or they are not able to control the one here, they are using Olori to work, and they are advising you people, they are telling you people to break up your family just because you want to keep your order, you want to keep this. And see, don't get me wrong, there are bad women everywhere. There are bad women. So some women that their problem is their own mother or their aunties who are teaching them how to save money separately. Don't tell your husband everything you make. You cannot trust men. Or some women that are coming with natural baggage. You see a woman that respects his father. You to go and marry the person. You don't know that authority, or all of those things are there. You are not discussing that. But let me tell you something. You see all these abroad in marriage. Drop it. Let's drop it. Let's drop it and do better, because abroad is actually doing better. I dare tell you that if you are a couple abroad, chances that you are going to make it in life is almost 70 to 80%. If you are married abroad, you stand a better chance, a good chance of making it. Because even the government, things that they put in place will not be able to stop you if you work together as a team. Because for starters, most of abroad that I know, house rent is the major thing. So two people can live in one house and pay as one. That is even, you would think it's not much until you know how much you would gain in a year when you are able to save £1,000 every month just because you are living with someone else. Other than that, how are you going to deal with the emotions? Do you know what it means to go outside and face the world and come back home to a cooked meal or to a welcome? How was your day? And when I say cook meal, it doesn't mean that your wife is cooking for you before you come. It means that if you are the one husband at home, you cook for your wife before she comes back, or she cooks for you, or on a weekend, you people sat down on it in front of the TV and watch TV and build life together. But you see, you are listening to men who don't know how to treat a woman because nobody showed them how to do it. And it's not because some of them are bad, but some of you want to continue this battle. Let me tell you something. Personally, I was telling my father something, because my father used to do something when we were growing up that as a man, all of my can try it. I would never try it. When I was growing up, I remember my father had many cars in the house. At some point, he had about 4 cars, but there was no car that was centered to my mom. And I will explain it to you. So it doesn't mean that he's saying that don't touch the car. It doesn't mean that don't say that don't. But every time my dad bought a car, it's still his car. It's daddy's car. Yes, there was a driver that can take the mom, but there's no, I bought this car for you as my wife. Do you get what I'm saying? It took my mom, who was a teacher then. She then had to go and buy, she bought a car herself. She bought a B2. She bought a B2 then. And I thought about it. I said, this thing as a man, imagine you come home one day, even if it's the smallest car, and you say, madam, this is your own car. I bought it in your name for you. It changes the orientation. It changes the mentality. But see, some of our parents that did some of these things, they did not do it out of wickedness, not because their wives or not, but because they don't know any better. They don't know the emotional part of the whole thing. They don't know how to, win people. But some of you want to continue. You want to continue the habit. And some of you, let me tell you, young men, avoid all these men that are in the, if you see them in the UK, they don't have wife after 30 something years, and they are trying to tell you experience. We have experience now. Be going. Because you will see them in comment section, be telling people about, that's how they say, until women show them. Women show you what? Are you telling me? I know people who are in this UK that have been married for 30 years. They've been married for 30 years in this UK. And they are doing well together. They have properties together. They have businesses together. And they are living well. What about their own experience? But you who will leave them, you want to be listening to all these Ori uncles. People that they have wives scattered all over the world. You get? And when they now bring one who, for all of her life, she's been struggling. Maybe they kept her in one place. She's been struggling. They've been maltreating her. She now eventually come to a society that can allow her demand for her true worth. They will not say that she doesn't listen, that she's broken up, she's running him down. You will join them. You would see, you will not, and see, please avoid these men and learn yourself. Sit down and learn. Because some of you need to see, do you want to do the kind of marriage your parents did? Or, yes, your parents had a good marriage. Can you improve on that? It's something you need to talk about. Don't go and be looking for experiences. Okay, let's say you know some of these experiences around you. How do you change it? How exactly are you planning to change it and live a better one? Because some of you will discover life when you are in your 60s and 70s and 80s. That is when you will discover life that this your I'm a man. You will discover that you are just a jellyfish when you are 70 something or 80 something. That's when you will discover that they will now help you to go and look for one small girl that they will employ, that will be taking care of you. You will now understand the true meaning of suffering. You will have the money. Some of you will have the money, but loneliness will fast. You will have that money that you think is more important because the devil has deceived some of you. You are thinking money is the most important thing in this life. You are thinking the bag is the more important thing in this life. That's why I was saying like, can we talk about this overshifting thing? You get that every day is work. You are not at home with your family. You are not at home with your wife. You are saying that the family is breaking. How will it not break? How will it not break? Tell me. When that your shift is about 13 hours in a day, you will go early in the morning and come back very late at night. The best you can do is sleep. That's the best you can do. You will now, on top of that, you will now pick some few overnights in between. You pick some nights in between, just so that the bag can rise. Alaye, sit down with your family. Sit down with your family. Marriage is building family abroad. Marriage is building economic power for family abroad. If you go and let some of these failed uncles or aunties deceive you, you will have yourself to blame. And unfortunately, you will not discover until you are very old. Because some of them are in their 50s, 40s. They don't know that they are in trouble. Until they are very old, that's when they will discover that they are in trouble. If you follow them, you will be in their WhatsApp group. Try it. Anyways, it's abroad. They will put you in a nursing home. You will be there chilling.